going on, YouTube? That's right, we're going to check out the Losi Muggy right there. We're going to get it ready. First time I'll have ever run a Losi Muggy, but I'm going to get it down in a minute. We're going to take a look at it and what we're going to do to get it prepped for giving it a rip. But anyway, got this down real quick. Man, I'm really digging this SH 28.8. The .21 is on point as well. I'm going to do another run on it there at the end of that last video. After I hit that curb, the clunk was, it's like that, and there's like 2 bars on each side in the tank. It hit it so hard that it knocked it on the other side of the wall and was kinked. But anyway, so I'm going to give that another rip, but this time we're going to put some off-road tires on it, drop the droop a little bit, and send it off the ramps, do what they're supposed to do in that. But brought this down because the next rip in this, maybe today, I may get this in this video, I'm not sure, so stay to the end of the video if you want. If not, thanks for being here. But this has the Losi 454 turbo conversion head in it. So this is the SH, which normally is a standard glow plug, is now running a P3 Gold with the Losi 454 turbo head. So that carburetor on the SH .21, legit. I love that carburetor. Now, the construction of it, I don't know. We'll see how it holds up with that little plug in the end. That plug is removable. You can put a 2.5, I think it's 2.5, either 2.5 or 2.0 hex driver in there, and it will unscrew. But anyway, just FYI, it tunes great. It tunes great, single stage idle, all that. Just that plug, not too sure about. So this carburetor on the 28 8-port here probably will fit as well in the LRP. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm assuming that it will, and I'm assuming that carburetor will fit in here. But we'll check all that out later on. Those are just options when you can't find the part that you want. Sometimes you can swap carburetors. Some are better than others. I love running the Novorossi carburetors overall, but they don't fit in every block. So anyway, we're going to run this again with the in-bleed pipe and all that here. Great setup, very powerful, sounds good. But this I ran in the NT 48.3, which I still got to redo the shocks, but she's clean and ready to go. And I wanted to run this in this platform because I'm starting to really get used to this in the air. Now, the other day when I did hit the telephone pole, I bent the front shock tower, but whatever. It's not going to affect it. I'm a basher, not a racer. So we'll try and put this off the ramps today if it doesn't rain. I do have some work to do, and I do need to cut the yard. So it's still early. It's still early, people. It's 6:30 in the morning. But anyway, we're going to try and run that. So give me a few minutes. We'll get the Muggy down. We'll take a look at it. But we're going to do some ripping on this as well. I've got some things coming for it. Haven't cleaned up the budget Baja. It's still freaking filthy from the other day. So I need to get that cleaned up. I need to fix up the servo saver, the steering linkage up in the front. But great ripper. Love the Bartolone pipe. I still think the Taylor pipe's got more top end, Bartolone more bottom end pop, which, you know, the Bartolone makes his pipe for racers and drag racers, things like that. I'm probably gonna get a drag pipe on it. We're gonna throw a drag pipe out the rear and do some passes with it. I've always wanted to do that. And the Jado's fixed as well. So give me a few minutes, guys. We'll check out the Muggy, and then I want to show you all a couple of things on the Jado as well. So hang tight. We'll see you all in a few. Peace. All right, people. Here we have the Losi Muggy. This is an iconic platform. I personally have never run one. You can use a starter box on this. So basically, this is like one of the kings of the monster trucks. People pay high dollar for these, especially in this condition. So shout out to the people that I got this from. You know who you are. Shout out to Chino, man. Sent me that brand new Losi Muggy body with the stickers, everything there. Thank you, brother. I still appreciate you. Go check out Chino. He's got a badass collection of RC cars. Not just a huge Losi collection, but other stuff as well. So go check out Chino, man. All right, so, and this has got a little, these rubber bands that I used on my return when I did fire this up. I didn't run it on the ground, but I fired it up, and the rubber melted on there. That's why I'm using the hair ties from now on for the throttle return spring, like on, like there, like that, instead of the rubber bands. We are going to run this next, maybe today in this video, so stay tuned. So basically what we have here, the Losi Muggy boasted a rugged, durable suspension that's found on the LST, same suspension as the LST, same geometry. It says it's an incredible balanced all-terrain, off-terrain capabilities and handling. Molded mega shocks, which are all plastic. They are threaded, but they're all plastic. You can get upgraded shocks for them, but these are plastic. They're very good. They're very good shocks. It's the 420. These are called 420 series tires. These are 40 series. Same thing with the Road Rage over here. This was all the rage, you know, years back. Everybody was wanting the 23 millimeter hexes with the 40 series. A lot of people were doing, you know, Shelf Queen builds, things like that. So 40 series, badass. I've got a few sets of them, but they're ginormous. So 40 series tires and wheels. Comes with a Losi Sport 427 and the, you know, this is the type of exhaust that we like without the coupler there. But it is the Losi RTR Muggy Losi Sport pipe. And an all aluminum, says an all aluminum high torque pipe, HT. So a high torque pipe. I've got another high torque pipe. It's the 007 Dynamite that I've got on the LST over there. So center diff, which boasts to control the distribution of power for optimum handling. So center diff, front, center, rear, and front and rear braking. So good brakes on this thing. Front and rear sway bars. Let's see, what else does it have? Aluminum chassis braces already. You know, they already came with chassis braces. No need to upgrade those like plastic ones. So what else do we have? High capacity fuel tank. Not sure what the capacity is on this. I'll look into it, but it's high capacity fuel tank is what they say. Innovative LST2 inspired suspension geometry, proven high performance, low maintenance, 1/8 scale buggy style drivetrain, which is your center, front, and rear diffs. Performance wing. This is the wing you can put on all these LSTs. You know, the LST, the Losi Super Truck, didn't come with a wing, I don't think, and you can buy them. So I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure. I don't think it came with a wing. It has the JR. This is all original, all stock. It's got the original JR servos in here. Everything works, as you're gonna see. JR XR2i computer-based radio system, which I do think I have the radio still. Sure enough, right there, I got the whole shebang. The antenna is, I do have the antenna somewhere, but this was a very high-tech radio right there. Now, I don't know if this radio came with this when I got it. I'm not sure. But I do believe this is the, let's see, this is the XS3 radio. And it says it has the XR2i radio. So maybe this is not the radio for it, but very similar. I'm not too sure. I don't see XI on here anywhere. But I do know this, this is compatible compatible with the JR servos and all that right there. So we do have a controller from that time period. So although I'm not sure it's the one that came with this particular platform. Aggressive racer style body design, sporting typical stunning Losi looks. These bodies are sickening, man. They're so thick. They're great. This is the original one. I'm thinking about painting that one Muggy style just so I can have one and then save this original body because it's perfect. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it at all. Dual metal geared steering servos. Okay, 150cc fuel tank, RC Pro Series legal. It does come with 1100 milliamp nickel metal hydrate battery pack and charger. It's recommended fuel 20%. We're going to run 30%. 21.75 inches, 18 wide, 14 inch wheelbase, 11.4 pounds. Gear ratio 14.48 to 1. Losi Sport. That's all I got on that. Let's see. This product was added to their catalog in July of 2006. There you go. And they went for $549.99. There you go. Losi part number LOSB0018. Beautiful Losi Muggy here. All original. I really don't want to run it too much. Even the brake pads and all that look brand new. So I don't want to run it too much, but we are going to fire it because when I did fire it up the one time, it was extremely rich, which is good. We're going to keep it rich, but we're going to lean it out a little bit and put it on the ground and give it a few runs. But what I do want to do is I'm going to swap out the 17 millimeter hex conversion off of the XXL onto here. That way I can run some Badlands or something on here rather than running these. These are in pristine, perfect condition. I try to keep them soft and supple, but they are getting old and a little bit dry, so we don't want to run those. Alright, that's it, and I got to clean her up, man. We got a little bit of dust here and there, so she just sits on the shelf, but such a beautiful platform, y'all. So give me a few minutes. We'll get all that done. We're going to get it on the ground. I thought about, I have over here the, let's see, where's all my Losi goodies? Where did it go? Come on. Bear with me. So I do have, I already replaced that front shock tower on the 8XT once. Where the hell did it go? Well, there we go. Ah, there's my. Alright, so I do have this here. And this is the one-piece motor mount for the Muggy, which you can see how tall these mounts are right here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but they're really tall. So what this does is it drops everything down to where you can use a bump box on it. You can bump start these. So thought about doing it, thought about putting it in. Then we can run any of these engines that we want to. Doesn't matter. Is a special engine, and I don't want to F it up, man. I want to put as little runtime on as possible. It's basically a brand new engine, barely broke in, if broken in. I mean, look how clean it is, man. It's beautiful. We did take this apart in the original video, so let me, I don't remember if this has a turbo head or I think it has a standard glow plug, so you could use the 454 turbo conversion on this as well, probably. But let's I think I'm gonna get this mounted. I'm gonna drop it down where I can use the bump box. I mean, I can use the roto start too, no big deal. But let's just install this, because it's not like it's something that's not supposed to be on there. It's just enabling us to use the starter box, so it's not gonna affect its originality whatsoever. The only thing is I really didn't want to open this package, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to install it. I'll put the old mounts in here, and we're going to give this thing a rip. So stay tuned for that. I want to show you guys real quick the the Jado and how I repaired it. So basically the pin, right, it was actually that one, the pin, I don't even know if it broke. I think it just came out because the set screw came loose. So basically what I did is I just put some heat shrink after I replaced it, tightened everything up, and then I heat shrinked it. You know, you wallow out the end of the heat shrink with some needle nose or something like that, enough to get it over it. Start at that end, bring it down, and then heat shrink it on there. That way, if it does, set screw does come out, hopefully it won't come out of there. I mean, if they were bigger pins, heavier, you know, it could shoot it right through the heat shrink. But I think these are small enough to where it's not going to affect it. So I'm excited to get back out and run this again. I do have a set of 17 millimeter hex adapters on here. And they also extend 8 millimeters, because if you just put a regular 1/8 scale tire on here, it's going to be too far inset. So it has to be offset a little bit, 8 millimeters, and those hex conversions come already that way. So that way we can run some GRPs or something on here in the rear. I've been looking at some other tires for it as well, belted. These are alright. I've never put them on the ground, but they're not belted, and they're going to balloon a lot. So I want to get the right tires on here for sure. But anyway, just wanted to show you all that. Give me a few minutes. We are going to do an 8 scale rip here at some point. And like I said, we got a bunch of other stuff coming, so stay tuned, people. Other than that, I appreciate y'all. Let's get this thing swapped over to this mount. I'll let you guys watch me do that Woogie style real quick, and then hopefully we'll hit the ramps, or we'll fire this up later, or we'll run the 8XT there with the SH. Man, I'm digging the SH engines, man. A lot of people down them, man, but that's quality workhorse right there, man. Great engine, not a pro. You know, you absolutely can run this 21 on a track, but for us bashers, man, you can't go wrong with that. You can't not go wrong with the SH quality and affordability on that to have some fun, people. I don't care what you say. All right, let's get this squared away. Hope everybody has a great day. Remember, treat people the way you want to be treated, and let's get this done. Later. Alright, let's take a look at it while we got it apart. So basically the reason I took it apart is because I can't put a sealed back plate on it without removing that pin. Now I have another crank that does not have the pin in that big red .28. So let me take a look at it, see if I want to use that crank or if I just want to cut this one off. No big deal cutting it off. You just won't be able to use the roto start anymore. I want to get all this cleaned up a little bit. It's got a little bit of corrosion. I don't know what kind of fuel the guy that owned it before had it. Probably VP or something. So a little corrosion. I want to clean it up a little bit and then get it back in. But there you go, man. They're just built beefy, man. They're stump pullers. So everything looks good. No scratches, nothing like that on the inside. So we're going to get it all back together. Stick with me. I'll show you how I grind this off real quick. We'll get this put back and we'll get it in there. You can't use the bump box with the one-piece mount unless you take the roto start and spin start assembly off. So you got to put a sealed back plate on it. So let's finish that up real quick, and we'll get it back together. All right, pretty simple. Always go from the side. A little bit more. Alright, that should be pretty good right there. Let's just clean it up a little bit. Clean it up with this one. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Perfect. No play. All right. We get everything cleaned up, get it back together, and we'll do a fire on this thing maybe today or that. I don't know. Depends on if it rains. But there you go. That's what I'm doing. See you guys in a few minutes. All right. So if you saw me hold the head up and turn it and look at it, that's because there's an airway through the middle. You always want these fins facing front and back to the way that the actual platform is moving, right? And the reason they do that is it brings airflow through the cooling head. See, it's solid on this side, it's open on this side. Not all heads are like that. Most 21s are not like that, pro grade, but these monster truck engines, they make them to where they try and stay cool. So you always want that opening to be the way the car is going. Now, if the engine was sitting this way, right, in the LST or something, you would turn this head the other way where it was facing the direction of the vehicle. Just FYI, people. And there we go. We got our sealed back plate on. We got the pin cut. This 427 is ready to rock and roll. She'll drop right into place now. Thought maybe these screws, oh, they're tight. It's close. We'll have to watch that. I think it'll fit. The screws are a little fat, those cap ends, but she drops right back in there now, so we should be good to go. We'll see how these screws line up, make sure nothing's torqued or anything. Linkage looks nice. Yeah, everything's good. So let me get her back in, let me get the clutch back on, and let's see what we can do later today, all right? We'll see y'all in a bit, man. I love the way that the mount matches the head. It was meant for this engine. I did have to put a shallower screw in the bottom once it wouldn't clear. All good though. There we go. I don't want to beat up on it too much. Still got plenty of smoke. Dogs are going crazy inside. Alright, pretty good. Alright guys, I don't want to beat her up too much. There you go, my Losi Muggy. Not tuned worth a shit. Not bad though. One little jump. That's all I'm doing. I ain't killing this thing.